Exactly. Druss from Manchester, right there, the jungler, the great Shyvana jungler, is actually going to join us in a second for an interview, and we're going to get in a bit of an insight into what went on during that game. I think that's going to be really interesting with him, as I'm sure he's delighted with his first victory in this group.
Yeah, as you said, the early wins now will put ahead into the league, obviously, to get that first position in the table this early on is what they want to do. There's not as much pressure later on in the tournament. They don't have to worry and stress so much about teams that they face, because if you get that lead early on, you have a little bit of a relaxed stage. You don't have to get so stressed out, and to pick up a victory there, first game that we're streaming, first game of the Super 8 in the tournament, they've got to be feeling confident, especially from the win last season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it may have been quite nerve-wracking playing a team that you don't really know much about, but Manchester carry it off with such conviction. They never seem to be phased by anything, and you know, they just look very unbeatable, even at this stage in this group. But after seeing how much they dominated last split, you know, they've got to be favourites to win it again, I'm sure.
Definitely, especially after that performance. We'll just have to see. Saying that, there is other teams. The next teams that we're watching, Swag Vicious first is Nottingham A. Nottingham A is the team that came up. KVGS obviously got in when ACOG came out from the second division. Nottingham A won the second division promotions into the Super 8. So they're another team that, you know, they haven't faced these big teams yet. So we'll see what potential they have. But Manchester coming off very, very strong, but there is still competitors there, and there's still teams that we don't know a lot about yet and don't know how they'll fare against these Super 8 teams. So I'm really excited for this next game.
Yeah, definitely. They knocked out Staff VGS, by who no means were a bad team at all. And you know, it's really nice to get fresh blood into the Super 8. They have quite a few good players in terms of solo queue. They have 2 Diamond 2s and several Plats. And it will be interesting to see how well synergized they are. You know, they didn't lose a game in the October tournament. They 2-0'd Staff VGS, and they may be in a really good position right here. Obviously, Swag Vicious don't know anything about Nottingham A as such. On the other hand, plenty of videos on Swag Vicious and how they play, and that may really help them win this first game.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Swag Vicious either. I know quite a lot about Nottingham A, mainly because I know half the people in the team. I do argue with a few of them, so I know quite a lot of the champions and stuff that they play. So we'll keep that under wraps, just see what they pull out. But the one thing to note here, the team captain, Danek, so for Nottingham A, who's their AD carry, he's actually not in tonight. So they are running with a substitute, not just a normal sub. I think they might have swapped around some of the roles internally, but they're without the team captain and a few of the people are having to move around positions. So we'll have to see how that affects their gameplay.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think at this stage it's gonna particularly matter that they've got a sub. I mean, they've not really got into the swing of the new, so perhaps this first week it's not going to be as big a hindrance as in other weeks. But outside of the new tournament, I don't know how much these teams play together. So you know, they may have played with the captain for hundreds of games, or it may have been a few. So it will be really interesting to see how strong they are coming into this first game.
Definitely, I'm just joining the lobby now, so shouldn't be too long till we jump into this game now. But I'm curious to see some of the matchups. Now, Nottingham A do have some very, very strong laners. As you said, 2 Diamond players. Swag Vicious also have Diamond people, though. So, in fact, I think looking at this, they actually have a Challenger tier player on their team. So, it could be a very good game that we do have
I believe it's a Challenger 3, so
not
to knock him at all. But perhaps not in the same field as some of the solo queue and team Challenger players. We have someone shouting hi here. I'm guessing this is Druss. Hello there, Druss.
Hey guys.
Hello,
How's
Druss.
it going? I mean, that game was definitely a bit of a snowball victory. Can you talk us through your early game strategy right there? Obviously, you didn't go opt for the invade. You let them get that early ward onto the jungle buff. What is your strategy going into the early game? Do you like to play it safe, knowing that you're so strong going into the mid and late game?
Pretty much. We just knew our bot lane. When our bot lane got a couple kills early, we knew we could get a snowball off that. Then I was free to just invade his jungle the entire game, sort of thing. But with Shyvana, I'd rather get to like level 5, level 6 before I actually start invading, because you get there a lot quicker than say Vi, and then she's a lot stronger, sort of thing.
Yeah, we did see.
Go on.
Sorry. We did see you when you're saying that with the ganks. You did see you a lot. Mainly concentrating on that top. Obviously, as you said, bot was already quite a bit ahead against that Vayne. You did see in the top lane, you were waiting in the brush and that for Renekton, managed to secure a few early kills. So even though Renekton did get a little bit of a CS lead, you did keep that cannon there always in, and you ganked a lot top. Was that a plan, or is that just something that happened naturally?
Yeah, well, I usually like feed double buffs to the enemy top laner. Like it's a running joke sort of thing. Like I always feed top accidentally when I'm ganking, so I'm just trying to be a bit of a better teammate to Quarren. And Renekton's never fun to place in lane, and Frank and Fran was playing pretty well early, so Josh was under quite a bit of pressure. Like he had to blow flash early, so that was why I went top, just so Vi couldn't make any pressure there.
And we've obviously seen this Shyvana come in really strongly recently. What do you think it is that has suddenly changed her being such a strong jungler on the invade and everything? What do you think makes her such a good pick now?
Got like a mini buff to her E, that helps. It does like when you max it, it's got 8% max health damage, like on a burst sort of thing. When you proc it. Sorry, 2 seconds. I'm busy. Apologies, parents.
No problem.
But yeah, it's just more that her clear time's always been fast, but now like Mundo's not around anymore, and a lot of the other junglers that clear fast are coming back. Like Udyr is very, very strong at the moment, and Shyvana.
And obviously we're a couple of weeks into before the new jungle comes in. As a jungler, what are you looking forward to, and what champs do you think you're going to probably be sticking to in future weeks?
I really have no idea. The white camp looks really interesting. I was watching Stonewall. There's a person called Stonewall on YouTube, and he does a lot of jungle things. But he's on the PBE, so he's got all the season 4 changes. And it turns out really, if there's the white camp that's been added, it doesn't really give you more XP if you jungle like through the whole 5 camps, jungling them. But it means that you can stay top as long as you want, sort of thing. You can just keep going through like the wolves and white, and then counter jungle. It just means there's a lot easier to roam around the map. You don't need to constantly be going all the way down to golems and then all the way back up to wolves like I was that game. So I think there'll be a lot more ganking.
And final question, in terms of for you, are you looking forward to the white camp? Obviously you've got such a strong bottom lane. I mean, do you like to camp that top lane?
It depends just how the game's playing. Like I came bot once. We came bot for that dive and got 2 kills bot, and then after that, like they were already pretty ahead, and that just snowballed it out of control.
Okay, brilliant. So we'll wrap this up right here. We'll let you jump into your next game, and we're gonna jump into the game between Swag Vicious and Nottingham. So good luck. Thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
And good luck with the next game, mate. Okay, so that was obviously the jungler for Manchester there. Interesting just here.